You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the tree... He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of lighting.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the... He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them of... Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Hopes you have patience. The Sifu can't stop himself from...
Sorry, I beat something down.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something... The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understand. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He was hoping you'd join them. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip them. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. claim the rival outposts, and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rival's outpost, seeing you brings back. He remembers your kind and... Anyway.
I didn't know that one.
That's the Myriad Fort. The vendor says you can browse his goods anytime. Says you came...
Swoop.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Slash and dash. Flexity flex. Looks good. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing. Learning to swim can be scary. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he says that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. But you need to... Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to train... You should know. Practice makes... She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to... You should... He wonders what usefulness you found. He says he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He appreciates those eight. He's looking forward. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square, right? Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all. You've always... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can...
Antoro.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Verena Masalapu.
She's there for all disciples.
Vaiseno Kasam Domale Tuk.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but
Why and foodly a higher? Fiona?
he's curious to see what you've found.
Biada.
He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his
Biada.
He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you. Start.
Ikaya marafka. Ti
The style might be...
la fea nuch.
You should take it with you. Well,
Kaguhu.
he's looking...
Anora Kapapum.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Tate ko baba sakting.
Hopes you're...
Anora Kapapum.
She...
Andro?
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Andro?
Thanks you for being so...
Apli tonumuta.
Been work...
Kalino?
You should... Catchy.
Chialdo male canoro tono.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing.
Andro?
A piece of...
Pala.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Sadurutu.
Says it's not a record keeper.
Andro?
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Inyavaldo.
She's so happy you made... Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Luca Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Kinsi. Atamonu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She... Whatever... Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
Stop that.
Let's see. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk was on the loose. They've You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Bricktown.
No.
You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill it resides on.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch to wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Get out of here. Shot. It's starting to add up.
They were except for okay. Yeah, for ball. Yeah, I had it. Oh. Oh.
That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this. A day in the forest is as pleasant as you could wish. This corner of the world is called Bricktown,